But you kind of respect them a little more, or appreciate them, I guess. Just like the whole '03 draft class and shit.
Who?
Brown and them.
Who? It was a decent class.
Yeah, we're ready. Welcome back to the show. This is Tank speaking into a microphone here out of Emerge Media Creators Co-op. I know I screwed it up last time. I couldn't let that happen again.
Not twice.
Not twice. So this is a big weekend of dogs.
Huge.
Plenty of underdogs with surprising wins.
Little dog, big bite.
You hear him speaking.
no?
That is brother Brennen.
We back.
Got Maranto on the ones and twos as always. Oh, no. What happened to that camera that was on you?
I disconnected it because we had the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Good.
So-
Smart.
That's why I told you I need to get a bigger board. We need a bigger board,
You need more space here.
more space.
And then obviously we got the computer there because Dylan will be calling in soon here.
Whatever.
Hey, you see it. Zoom Premium. Yeah, he's on a boat, just getting off a boat down in Florida, enjoying the sunshine while we're here enjoying the 40-degree weather.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. Blaming him.
Hey, well, our pick of the week last week is the one that's the reason why he got sent on a boat.
Yeah.
Shout out Gabe Davis.
And now he's got more money to be on the boat. So, hey.
And, yeah, you're exactly right. Maybe I'll be on a boat next week because Alan Lazard came through for the touchdown for us.
There we go.
Plus 160 on fan. 2-0 to start here with Betstamp, huh?
Hey,
It's a good look.
let's keep rolling.
It's a great look. So we'll have to look into the matchups coming up in week. What is it going to be?
7.
See, I had it week 6. And,
Yeah, it is.
I'm starting to
I
lose
don't know.
track, man. But it's flying by.
Yeah.
It really is. There's plenty to talk about from the past weekend. Bills versus Eagles Super Bowl.
That might fuck everyone up. Not even the two cities.
Are the Buccaneers dead?
Probably. They can't do jack diddly shit.
Are the Colts back?
That's one game. One game.
Yeah, we could talk about it. And the Panthers are selling.
Super. I mean, they have to. They have no quarterbacks. Even though
Well, listen, they got like 4, but none of them. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. They ain't got a guy. With a draft class full of guys, supposedly.
Yeah. And then Robbie Anderson just got traded today to the Cardinals.
What?
Got into it with his coach yesterday.
He might be a guy in Arizona. He just needed a
Who knows?
quarterback.
And the reason being is because we've seen that Hollywood Brown is out for the season. Which could be detrimental to the Cardinals after shipping off a first-rounder for him, which turned out to be, who was it? Kyle Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah. And then D-Hop's coming back next week. So we'll see how that situation pans out. And then the NFC West is wide open.
Huge.
It's wide-ass open, man.
Hey.
They all
Someone's
stink
just gotta
right now.
step up.
Could be anybody. Let's recap the week that was, week 6. Them Buffalo Bills, man.
Dogs.
I can't think of a team that's going to take them down.
I don't either. Because they face the Super Bowl defending champs, which obviously we know who they are now. Kind of stinking this year.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs were usually our big stepping stone of the season. In the last 2 seasons, even though the playoffs last year, big games.
Hey, the only 2 losses the Chiefs have is against Buffalo and Indianapolis. So shout out us, man.
Yeah, shout.
Chiefs can't beat us. Respect. I seen a tweet yesterday. Someone said, this game doesn't really count for the Bills because the Colts were able to beat them without an offense.
Hey, you know what? Miami beat us too.
Which, it's Overreaction Monday. They might be dead too.
Fuck you, Dolphins.
They were first.
Go Jets.
Go Jets. Yeah, speaking of.
Who would have predicted the Jets were in second place?
Man.
Wow.
That's their draft class is really panning out this year. Breece Hall's running wild. They've been comparing him to Jonathan Taylor, which I definitely see that.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I didn't think they were gonna be as impactful as they are so far.
No, I knew they were gonna pan out
Yeah,
at some
same.
point because they're guys. Sauce Gardner's guy. They were saying when he got drafted, well, we're gonna call him by his first name, Ahmad Garner, because he hasn't earned the nickname Sauce yet. He can't bring that swagger in, but
I think he's got it now.
I think he got it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So he officially Sauce Gardner now. You seen him with the cheese head walking on the field. Alan Lazard knocked it off his head. Shout out our guy, big dog Alan Lazard. But
Speaking of that coverage he had on him, where he was like 5 yards away,
man,
perfect pass, and he just punched it out. Incredible.
that's how you teach
Crazy football.
it. That's how you teach it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, I knew we weren't gonna get our bet three plays in like we did last week. Okay,
Yeah. Well, we didn't think it was going to happen in 3 plays in either.
I
the
was
first one, so.
I was kind of nervous yesterday. So the game, it looked like there wasn't going to be any touchdowns scored at all through the first half.
Yeah, welcome to the Pack Show,
The Packers weren't moving the ball at all.
per usual.
But man, I thought we lost it. I wasn't feeling good at all. But then, so I finally got up. You know, nothing was happening. I let the dogs out real quick. Nadia's in the living room. All you hear is just her screaming, "He got it!" I'm like,
Let's go.
I run in the living room. I'm like, no way. I see him doing the Lambeau leap. I'm yelling top about, "Let's go!" I'm surprised none of the neighbors came out to check out what was going on. Yeah.
'Cause usually they're like, what's going on over there?
Yeah. And so then I see the bottom of the scoreboard. The flag graphic comes up. I'm like, no fucking way, man.
Yeah.
No way. It would have been typical of us, right?
Yeah.
But then even the announcer was like, "Oh, it looks like this one might come back." I'm like, God damn, I almost turned it off.
Broken hearts right there.
Yeah, but then shout out Greg Olson. He says, "Oh, that's on the Jets. They ain't calling nothing back." I'm like, we got
Shout
it.
out Big Greg.
We got it. So look, we're starting to sweat. He came out through for us. All right, nothing to worry about. I didn't care what the result of that game was. I was done with it.
No, yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Goddamn Jets.
Yeah, the Jets. So they're looking pretty good. Their defense is solid. Quentin Williams, right? Big Q. We'll just call him Big Q. Will.
Big Q.
He's looking like he's going to have a Pro Bowl season. The Jets are soaring right now.
Yeah. I mean, so are the Eagles.
Well, but yeah, before we get to them, let's stick in the AFC East real quick. The Bailey's happy, man. Zipping that ball.
Zipping and zapping. Is he going to get... He's got to be the starter for real. Like, fuck Mac Jones. Mac who?
Now that's tough.
Mac who?
That's a debate, an interesting debate to be had because Mac Jones... People can say what they want. I think he's a guy. Okay?
He threw 3 times against us last season and still won.
This is part of the game plan.
It's stupid.
It's part of the game plan. But Mac Jones got the dog in him, man. So we'll see how this situation turns out. But shout out Bailey Zappi. He's looking like a stud. They're saying young Tom Brady out there.
But he's got to start them.
So I mean, it's Overreaction
Gotta
Monday.
take
I
over.
get it. I get it. It's Overreaction Monday. But let's
Give him the keys.
Let's slow that train a little bit. All right.
No. No, I can't do it.
So if you're Bill Belichick, right, going into next week, who they play?
I don't know.
You got the phone in your hand. Look it up for me.
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Because let's say,
Bears.
okay, so Bill Belichick go and play quarterback if he wanted to.
Probably.
He go in there and suit up. Yeah, because after that, like we tried telling everybody, the Thursday night game was going to be a stinker, and
it was.
I'll say this is the first game of the year that I didn't watch the full game that was on TV. I had to turn it. I went to go play Madden to actually put a good game on my TV screen.
Damn. There's a lot of bad games. A lot. This is supposed to be the new NFL, right? Remember that? Like this, and this is just like there's just bad teams, and there's so many upsets over the weekend. Like,
but do you contribute that to just like, not saying the league is bad, but it's more competitive?
I don't know. Like,
I feel like
there's a lot of teams that are just. It's not like it's boring because nothing happens. And it's not like, oh, look at that defensive play. Like, the Bills game was low scoring in the beginning, but it was because there was a lot. You could see that defenses were showing up, and they were breaking things up. And, Allen couldn't finish. Like, they both had hard times finishing drives. Where other games, it's just like, oh, well, he overthrew him. The guy dropped dead. Maybe we're just spoiled now because we've got Josh Allen, and we're watching a great quarterback. And we turn on these other games. I don't know. I just kind of felt like there's a lot of bad quarterbacks. It's like there's some bad quarterbacks, and they have some great receivers. Like, is it Carr? Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who's their wide receiver?
Devontae Adams.
And I mean, I feel like, I could probably throw some better passes. That guy should be getting better balls, right? His quarterback stinks.
Hey, they made it happen last week.
Yeah. Finally.
Well, what do you have? 3 catches for, I think, like 120-something yards?
Then you got some good quarterbacks with no wide receivers. I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know.
It's wild. I mean, a lot of it, like I mentioned, it could be contributed to it's more competitive now, but like you mentioned, there is a lot of, Tom Brady said, there's a lot of bad football being played right now. So, I don't know. It's all matchup based.
He thinks it's everybody on his line because he was giving them the business.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's another topic.
I didn't leave Giselle and my kids for you. Did you see that meme? Like, people just dubbing in what was said, like putting in different lower third, graphics. They're all great. All great.
So, do you think he's sitting there during the Steelers game, he's in Pittsburgh, sitting on the sideline watching Mitch Trubisky win them the game, whatever. In his head, he's looking at the guys. Damn, these guys really fucking suck right now. They got their heads in their asses. I really left $3 million or $30 million on the table for Fox. It might have even been more than that.
Probably.
That deal was insane. I left all that money on the table just to fucking lose to the Steelers.
To these guys?
Let's say he did take that Fox deal. He stayed retired.
Yeah.
Not to get personal here, but his family would be good.
Yeah. They'd probably be good either way with all his brand deals and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's doing the work for Fox, like, it's not. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy to do the job. There's preparation and, there's a lot of traveling because he's got to go around. But it's not like it was. He can fly home. He can fly home wherever they live and then just fly to the city. If it's a Sunday game, he's probably getting in like Friday. He probably flies out Friday morning. Saturday, Sunday. He probably leaves Sunday night. He's back home Monday morning. He's got,
And then on to the next week.
I mean, because he wasn't doing – was he doing studio or was he doing – what was he doing?
He was going to do the in-game commentary in the booth.
Yeah.
So that deal was 10 years, $375 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, imagine, so, like, Morant, let's just say, because you spent almost the same amount of time at the school district than Brady did in the NFL.
God, that's terrible to say, but sure, yeah.
So let's say you're still working, you're teaching, right?
Yep.
And then let's just say Fox comes in with a deal and you do production work for them. You turn that down to keep doing what you've been doing for 20 plus years, teaching the youth, educating the youth.
Yeah. Well, look at what I did. I could have
Yeah.
stayed. I could have stayed for another, and I probably, the way the salaries work and stuff, I would have made a slightly more money, but with the retirement and being able to do something else, I did that. So
Yeah.
Tom Brady should have called me for some
He
advice.
should have. Yeah, he probably. That's a good call, actually.
I mean, who knows what's going on in his family? There's probably a lot.
Yeah, we don't
As he
know.
said, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm 45 years old. Like, there's a lot of stuff,
that.
and I'm not. There could be a lot of other things that just not just him playing football. But this certainly didn't help the situation.
No, not at all. And it's like, Tom, if you're listening, Maranto's line is still open if you need some
Give me a
advice,
call, man. I mean, I got no grudge against you for beating up us on us for the last 25 years.
And also, hey, 300 million is a lot.
I think
a
some
lot
of these
money.
guys just don't want to let go. Look at some of these guys with
for
Brett
sure.
Favre, with Joe Montana, going back to like even when I was a little kid, like Joe Namath, guys that just didn't know how to let go. That keep thinking, I got one more, thing in me. And maybe he thought he did. Maybe he just wasn't ready.
I feel like a lot of it has to do because I feel like he was at peace to retire, but Adam Schefter breaking the news early, he didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like that definitely contributes to him wanting to return and leave on his own terms.
If you think about coaching or being a player, if you think about it, and I can't think of which coach I saw do this, and it wasn't a big-time coach. It was some smaller college coach saying, he's like, if you think about it, just about every coach, their last day they lost. Like,
Right.
you think about it, right? Like, you may have been the best ever, but probably, unless you retire because you won the league or you won the Super Bowl or whatever sport it might be, realistically, probably the last time you leave the court, the pitch,
That's when you lose.
the ring, you lost. Because you maybe won earlier, but your last day, and maybe he just doesn't know how to do that. Maybe he doesn't know how to walk away a
Right.
loser.
Which I mean, you got to credit Peyton Manning a lot for his last game winning the Super Bowl. I'm sure he didn't want to retire, but leaving off on that note, on your own terms, especially in a game like football, you just got to go on your own terms like that.
I think even what's his face from New Orleans. I think he kept thinking.
Drew,
Drew thought he could get it. Maybe this will be and he just couldn't ever kind of get through that last push or a couple pushes towards the end there. And I think he just didn't have it anymore. But Manny's brother was, Eli still hung around way too long. It was just, and he had, he was a fun career. Like, and then just kind of, it was just kind of sad. It's like, dude, like, just go home. Like, especially look at him now. Look, he's having a great time now. Him and his brother and the other brother doing stupid commercials and rebroadcasts and
Omaha Productions and all
and
that.
like, good for them. Like, and they're probably, and the other guys just kind of drift away and never see him again.
Right.
Which is kind of cool too. Good for either way. But like,
that's all. I think that's like all personality based too.
Well, I think the bigger names, because they're like, oh, I need it. I just need one more.
Right.
Because even Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, even though Phillips wasn't that bad, but
yeah, I mean, his last season he was on the Colts. He brought them to the playoffs, damn near beat the Bills.
Yeah.
And probably if he would have stayed another year, who knows what they would have done. But
no one knows.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, especially being professional athletes, having that competitive mindset every single day, and that's your profession. That's tough to let go.
It is.
A lot of people, even guys that I knew retired, like, even people in my own family, like, well, what are you going to do when you retire? You can't just sit around. Like, you got to have something to do. And there are people that after they work for 30 years and 40 years or whatever it is, doctors, whatever, whoever, even a guy working in a plant, like, all of a sudden you got this time. And sometimes there's a weird mental, physical shutdown where all of a sudden, you were busy. You were doing a lot. You had a purpose, and all of a sudden you're just kind of like,
you don't know what it is.
I guess I'll go to the market side for lunch now. Like there's just that weird that sometimes I think some people, I didn't experience because I had something to do right away. I transitioned into something else. But some of these guys, I feel like, I mean, I was lucky that I had a lot of people. Shout out to everybody, you guys. Like I tell you guys thank me, I thank you because I have something. No, but it's like we're all doing this together, and this is a new challenge for me. So and I feel like maybe Tom should have found that he had a new challenge. He had a new challenge that he could do, like go coach your kids' sports, like go do something. Like I like what's Dion. I love the Dion coaches.
Man,
like
I
think it's great. I think it's awesome. Like he's such a great personality. Like wouldn't it be cool to be his athlete?
100%.
You know, like it must be fun to be that guy. They have that guy as a coach.
And then now that they got, I mean, just go off topic a little bit. Now they got the college has the NIL deals, and having the name that you have, Deion Sanders,
that's scary.
And even for some of those players that have a guy like him, he can guide them in other ways besides being a football player. He can guide them in how to do that. Like he had to ride that. Like he had to figure out how to manage that. And a lot of guys don't know how to do that. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think like he'd probably tell you like a lot of these guys love these new challenges. You know.
Right.
You know, but other guys just want to be out there. It's like Rocky, that last Rocky movie, where, you know, Balboa, where he's like, I got stuff in the basement. You know, I still like he needed that one light when he goes out and fights the whatever. If you saw the movie, it's a great movie. It's actually one of the better Rocky movies because it is about a guy older and he's still got some shit in the basement.
Left in the tank.
That's the line he used, and I can think felt like he had, he didn't think he could be a pro again, but he still wanted the box, like he still wanted that. And obviously, that's just a movie, but I think that is analogous to a lot of these guys that don't know how to say goodbye.
Yeah.
You know,
Tom Brady, what ring would it be? 8 if he wins? Got it. I think so, right? Still,
do you feel like
because
of this tarnishes his memory, not his reputation, he's the GOAT. I'll tell him that. But this is what a lot of people will be. Will he be this punchline now? But that he didn't walk away. Like Favre is a punchline. We went to the Jets. You know, like people buying a Jets jersey, Brett Favre, because he went to Minnesota, and then he went I mean, is he got that now? Like, is Brady gonna? I mean, I wonder. You know,
that's an interesting question. I mean, because I'm trying to think of other. I mean, you mentioned Brett Favre. I'm just trying to think of, because I mean, Eli Manning, I guess, just to bring him back up. Do we really remember him from the way he played towards the end of his career? Or do we remember him from beating Tom Brady in both of them Super Bowls?
Right now, since it is still kind of closer to him retiring, we do think of both. But I think in due time,
it's all time. Yeah, it's all time based. Because I mean, obviously, this is all fresh on our memory right now.
Yeah.
But as time goes on and the next generation of fans comes, no one's gonna remember any of this. Like even other big name quarterbacks going to different teams. Do you remember Joe Montana for playing for the Chiefs or the Niners?
Well, obviously I remember from the 49ers, but I remember him like, oh, Joe. Like he was, and even that 1 year, I think he only did 1 year at the Chiefs. And it wasn't that he was bad, but just like the magic was gone.
Yeah.
And I always liked Montana, and and my mother loved Joe Montana. Like she wanted to watch San Francisco. So I remember my mom like, oh, like her like sadness of like seeing him still kind of, like, oh, come on, man.
It's not the same anymore,
it's not, like, and it just, he knew he was good. He was still better than a lot of quarterbacks.
Sure.
Maybe he didn't care. Maybe he just wanted to play. You know what I mean? But then you look at Tom and Brady, and you're like, he's yelling, he's throwing the Microsoft Surface around, and he's like, if at this point, as a guy who was like finishing out his career, and I know I just was a teacher, I went out of my way by the time you guys got there, that last 5-6 years, I was just having a ball. I decided to have, this is great. I had a great job. I had great folks to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my colleagues weren't my favorites, but the people in my studio were awesome to work with. And I had a great time, and I decided to enjoy those years, and I kind of laughed. I was glad I was able to leave. And I think like again, I'm just a teacher, but I feel like that if, I remember guys that were teachers too long, and by the end they were miserable about everything. And like instead of all that positive, cool stuff they'd done over the years, I tend to remember some of those guys at the end of their career when they were grumpy and they were mad at these kids today. Like, and I'm like, 10 years ago you were the dude that did everything, and now you're kind of. They didn't change. You changed.
Right.
Kids are kids.
Well, basically, as you put it, you're putting it into a perspective where it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
You do something for so long, it's going to affect you in some type of way if you can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right. And just going back to Brady, though, like, I feel like it'd be a lot more different if he didn't win that Super Bowl with the Buccaneers his first year a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That would have been a perfect time for him to say, look what I did. Because to me, like, that proved to me that he was more important than the coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the coach hasn't even been close to doing anything since then. And you can blame, but that's what he was. But he had some bad teams. Brady found a way to get it done. You know what I mean?
Every time, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, obviously he's an amazing coach, but I think he's kind of at a point too, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, he's having more fun now.
Yeah, it seems like he
He's
is.
a little more open. But I guess my point was, like, if Brady didn't win that Super Bowl with the Bucs and we're seeing him act like how he is right now,
Yeah.
I feel like we would, once it's all said and done, we would remember that more in his legacy than we actually would. But
he did do something.
He had success rather than compared to when
So he did
Montana
it. Manning
went to the
did
Chiefs.
it.
Yeah.
How many other guys went to another team and then won a Super Bowl in recent? I mean, those
That's
two. I don't know. Is that it? Those are the only guys? I mean, quarterbacks. Obviously, other players have done it, but I don't think that's it in the way of quarterbacks. Unless we'd have to go back probably to like the very like Super Bowl II or something like that.
I don't even know about back then though. I mean, I'll look it up real quick.
Guys tended not to move as much back then too. You tended to be a lifer. You know, you got
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah,
you were Brown for like 35 years and then then died on the field. You know.
Yeah.
But I know for sure. I mean, just not quarterbacks. If Von Miller was to win the Super Bowl this year, he'd be the only player ever to win the Super Bowl with 3 different teams.
Oh, 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quarterbacks with multiple.
Well, then we got to do it just for Von.
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, that's a cool, right? I mean, that would be an awesome. I mean, he's amazing. Like, and I saw him in a press conference yesterday. And I just was real impressed with the way he talks. Like, he's a smart.
He's
dude.
awesome. Yeah. So it for quarterbacks purpose, it's only Manning and Brady.
Really?
So,
okay.
But yeah, like if he didn't win that Super Bowl a couple years ago,
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and had success after the fact, the narrative would be a lot different about him right now. But it all depends who you are, I guess, because a lot of people hated him.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't want to portray him as the GOAT, but he's done everything for you to think otherwise.
Yep.
He's done it all.
I mean, why do Buffalo fans hate Dallas? They hate Dallas because they beat us, and they were better 3 times.
Oh, was it 3?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh shit.
Or was it twice? No, it was twice. They won 3 times in a row. They beat us twice.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
but we hate them because they were better.
Yeah.
And that's a stupid. I always I never liked that. I mean, I never liked that with sports. Like, if they're a jerk. Like Brady's obviously got away with a lot of stuff, and I think the general people just are mad. But I mean, do you think that they're the only guys that did that stuff? I mean, the Astros, like this, I know this is a football show, but like, look at the hate on the Astros.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about baseball, but there's got to be a lot. There's cheating all the time, right? But the Astros got caught.
It just depends who gets caught.
Who gets caught, right? Like, and I think they were going after, like, people were going after Brady and the coach and everything because of look what they're doing. Like, but there must be. But I mean, let's be honest. There's got to be a lot of cheating. There's got to be guys up there.
Well, it's everywhere because I mean we've talked about it in the past in the show. I think his name was Tim Donahue, the NBA referee who wagered on the games.
Yep.
He says it's a common thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff like that, and I'm a huge soccer guy, you guys know, and there's a lot of corruption in UEFA, and it's maybe it's gotten slightly better because they've kind of called it out, but there's a lot of leagues that some of the leagues are real suspect. Some of the countries, their national leagues, or some of them are just like awful. Just in terms of the stuff that goes on.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Especially your smaller countries where there's not as much.
Mm-hmm.
The money's not as big, so there's a little bit easier to, pay people off because some of them they're not making $1 billion contracts and stuff like that, so they're going to take the money when they can, whether it's a ref, whether it's a player, whether it's a coach, whether it's an owner.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking to make the money, you know where to go, right?
Yeah.
So, my follow-up question to you would be: are you looking to make the best profit as you possibly can off all your sports bets?
Of course.
Well, look no further. Betstamp's got you covered. Betstamp is the best sports gambling tool in the game and provides you the best odds in the market from all eligible sports books in your state. For example, if you like Mike Williams to score a touchdown tonight against the Denver Broncos, why would you bet it at plus 100 on BetMGM rather than plus 125 on FanDuel?
Oh.
Dude, That's a $25 difference in a payout if you were to, let's say, put $100 on it.
I can put that into my gas tank.
Yeah, the way
Not fill it up,
hey,
though.
well, prices are going down, so you might be able to fill it up at some point soon.
Probably not.
But, folks, that's what we call line shopping, and Betstamp is the best place to do that. Betstamp also provides a marketplace where you can follow other good gamblers like yourself and see what the hot picks are. Follow our show on there at TankTalk_pod to see how we're doing and tail our picks of the week. And then, as you know, Alan Lazard, the big dog, came through for us on our plus 160 anytime touchdown bet on FanDuel. So make sure you follow along and tail our picks because, hey, boys are 2-0 so far. The money is coming in. So it's simple and no cost to you, but a cost to the sports books who are about to lose all their money from you line shopping at Betstamp. So what are you waiting for? Maranta, what are you waiting for?
I don't know.
Download Betstamp today and use promo code TANK. That's all caps TANK for when you sign up to find the best odds in the market and get the most bang for your buck and start betting like a pro, okay?
Start betting like Tank.
And in order to do so, we're going to spread the bread.
Spread it.
Going to Betstamp here, of course. Let's go to Sunday. It's already about to be week 7, like we mentioned. It's kind of nuts. It's flying by, folks. Flying by.
What about that Thursday game?
Well, I'll say this. We got 2 stinkers the last 2, huh?
Yeah.
This one might bring us back to – not fully bring us back, but –
depends on injuries.
But before we get into it, I just want to say or admit that the Saints aren't who I thought they were going to be.
Who they?
Who that?
Sorry.
Who they?
Sorry.
The Bengals.
They both stink. Kinda.
Yeah, well, the Saints for sure. So I'm going to backtrack and say that they aren't my dark horse Super Bowl pick anymore. Mm-hmm. We're past that point. I mean, hey, I'll admit to my wrong. I was wrong, okay?
Yeah.
I didn't expect Jameis Winston, your shoulders are your hips, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Your knees are your elbows.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your hands are your feet, okay?
Can you lick your elbow?
Now, let me ask you, where did that come from?
Talk about your elbow. And I looked at mine and I was like, can you lick it?
Stafford said I'm having a hard time lifting his elbow.
Ah, man, come on. Damn! I didn't expect Jameis Winston to have a broken back week 2 or week 1. A lot of pain everywhere. A lot of pain, he said.
I mean, all right. So, stay on topic with the dark horses. The Raiders fucking stink.
Oh, yeah, that was your dark horse?
Yeah.
Hey,
you would think.
At least you might have been more wrong than me. I don't want to have a...
It's kind of early.
Yeah, it's still early for them. But the Saints, they're dealing with a lot of injuries, and it's just not working the way I thought it was going to be. But with that being said, they are underdogs against the Arizona Cardinals. You get the Saints plus 1.5 at WinBet, and then the Cardinals at 1.5 or minus 1.5 at Bet Rivers. So the Cardinals are getting D-Hop back. We know who D-Hop could be.
He's a guy.
If D-Hop's D-Hop, Cardinals might turn this ship around, huh?
Yeah.
But who knows if he will be. So we know that Marshawn Lattimore's out. Jarvis Landry's out. Michael Thomas is out.
Olave?
I think he's playing.
Oh, okay.
And Olave they trust because, I mean, who else? I mean, Kamara's playing good.
They ain't got much else.
Yeah, this game might be – I might take back what I said. This might be a shitstorm.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. They just got Robbie Anderson who – he's in new spirits right now. Okay?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You can't just say – you got to back it up, dude. What's that about?
I don't know.
All right, that's the program.
So
that being said, D-Hop's back. I'm going to hop on the Cardinals here, minus 1.5.
Yeah, same. Only because D-Hop's back.
And the Saints are pretty banged up. Let's head to Sunday, shall we? Big matchup. Colts coming off a big win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Which, real quick. Well, let's talk about that game. Offensive line figured it out. No sacks in the game.
None.
None. But let's talk about that last drive/play. So the Colts are in field goal range. They're down by 1, I believe. It was 3rd and 12. Okay.
That's kind of.
You would think, because they had two timeouts in their back pocket, you think the right move would be just run up the gut or something, drain the clock a little bit, and call timeout.
Yeah. That's what I would do, probably.
Frank Reich got a little ballsy, right? Sent Alec Pierce out. Matt Ryan hit a bomb to him, touchdown. Let's say that did not happen.
Okay.
We'd be calling for Frank's head again.
Yeah.
But thank God he caught it, and it was good. Colts looking like they're back. 2-0 without Jonathan Taylor. That's kind of interesting. Very interesting.
I think Frank Reich just hates him. Got to.
Well, let's see if they'll be him and Shaq Leonard will be back for this game, because this is for first place in the NFC or AFC South. Colts, you could get them +3 at Bet Rivers. Tennessee Titans, you could get them. They're the favorites. 2.5 at Bet MGM. I know who you want to take, dude.
I don't know, because the Titans have been also shitty.
Yeah, they haven't been playing so great.
That division stinks.
It's fun to watch because you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Ups and downs.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Nothing.
Well, you got to know something. Give us something.
I'll take the Colts with the +3.
Hey, welcome to the hype train, baby.
And I'm not hype about it. I'm just here so I won't get fined. All right?
Colts +3. Easier said than done. Titans have given them issues in the past, obviously. But I feel like the tide is starting to shift for Indy. Let's hope we keep this train a-rolling here. Giants, this is surprising, are underdogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars. What are they, 5-1?
Yes. And that last game?
They're +3 dogs.
Got to roll with G-Men. Got to.
Yeah, well, you could take the G-Men. +3. Best odds are at DraftKings. And the best odds for you Jacksonville Jaguars backers, they are -3 at Bet Rivers.
Clowns.
I'm rolling with the Giants, man.
Got to.
They sold me. I'm in.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing there. Barkley looks like he's all the way back.
Yeah, as a run-heavy day bowl offense.
They still got no receivers, right?
Don't know how they're.
But they're figuring.
Don't know how.
They're figuring it out.
Don't know how they're doing things over there.
So I'm gonna take the Giants +3. All right, this one is pretty interesting. Tampa Bay Buccaneers -10. You get them at WinBet. Panthers +10.5. You get them at FanDuel.
Bucks got to win, right?
Yeah, but I don't know about the 10, man. I really don't. They don't look explosive. I mean, I'm just judging off the past few games. They haven't really looked that explosive, and just with the way they've been, the communication's been all screwed up. Because they were my Super Bowl pick, but you always think Tom Brady will find a way, right?
Yeah.
But like our whole conversation we just had, that might be changing pretty soon. So I'm just going to go with the under 40.5 total points, because that 10 it's a big number.
Yeah.
And obviously Panthers got nothing to play for, so fuck it. CMC is just trying to raise his value for whoever he's going to get traded to. Which, speaking of which, Panthers are asking for a heavy price for him.
They have to, right? And that's their only guy.
He's older. They're asking for 2 first-rounders. Been pretty banged up the past couple of years. We'll see, but I don't think he's worth no 2 first-rounders, right? He's getting kind of older, too.
We'll see. We'll see.
Who you got then? What are you taking here?
So, I'm going to say Brady figures it out. Let's go with the 10. Why not?
Okay.
Why the hell not?
Even after that disappointing Steelers matchup, he's going to bounce back from that?
It's the Steelers, dude. Mike Tomlin. Black Air Forces.
Yeah.
Bunch of dogs. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Moving on. Another tricky one. Packers don't look so good, but they're 5.5 favorites on DraftKings, and then they're playing the Commanders, who will be led by probably Taylor Heineke because Carson Wentz is out for 4 or 6 weeks with some type of thumb or finger injury, whatever he's got going on. He left his left hand up for too long. The haters can't stand him.
That's because he finally got a win?
They're the Commanders.
And I didn't know. I think the stat was 7-0 on Thursday nights or prime time.
Now it is.
Was. Yeah.
Now he's 7-0 Thursday nights, but hey, it's Sunday now.
Yeah.
It's a different day.
That's why they're about to lose.
I'll
take the 5.5. Yeah.
Okay. This is another one where I might take the total here. I'm going under 41.5 at WinBet. Listen, I just don't got too. I had faith in Alan Lazard, obviously, yesterday, right? But the Packers' offense, they're slowing down. Seems like it's taking them a while to figure it out. Not on the same page. Randall Cobb being your wide receiver one in 2022 is not great.
It's not.
It ain't gonna win you too many games.
They just got to figure it out. You got a few teams trying to figure it out, and they got to figure it out. That's it.
Keep an eye out for what's his last name? Robinson, number 8, the running back.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude.
Yeah.
The guy that got
Brian?
Yeah, Brian, yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Look out for Brian to have a game because Breece Hall had his day with the Packers yesterday. Heading down. I gave my pick, right? The under? Yeah, the under. Heading down to Jerry World. The Detroit Lions are coming off their bye week. They're 7-point underdogs on WinBet, taking on the Dallas Cowboys, who are 7-point favorites on FanDuel. Is Dak Prescott going to be back? That's the big question.
It's tough.
He said today he wants to play. I saw that today.
You seen it?
Yeah. I was watching A.J. Smith. You know how much he likes the Cowboys, so that was fun.
Who's A.J. Smith?
What's his? No.
Or Skip Bayless.
No. The guy, he's on in the morning.
Morning guy.
Yeah, he loves
Stephen A.
Oh, Stephen A. Smith. Sorry, Stephen A. Smith.
You were close.
He was.
If your name's AJ Smith,
sorry, AJ Smith.
Shout out you.
He's got a great podcast too. So no, he was just ripping. Can't wait to go some Cowboy. And I love when he talks about the Cowboys. But no, but Dax looks like says he's come back, and I don't know. That doesn't. If he's back, I they're gonna win by more than 7, don't you think? What's the total? What's the total on that one?
48 for the under on WinBet, but you get over 47.5 on FanDuel. Which the Lions' offense, other than the New England game, has been top 3 this season.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's not a bad one.
But the Dallas defense is top 3 as well. So.
It's just, if Dak's in, you got to kind of figure out that offense again.
Right. I feel like, so with Cooper Kush being in, it was a pretty balanced offense, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they're winning games. They look good. When Dak plays, I spoke to my buddy Chaos, who's a big Eagles fan. Shout out Chaos. He said he was going to tune in tonight. We were talking about a little bit about it. Obviously, we know his feelings about the Cowboys being an Eagles fan, but like we're talking like when Dak Prescott is playing, they try to make him do too much.
Yeah.
He'll throw the ball damn near 50 times a game, and Zeke Elliott will get way less than like 15 touches. And obviously we've seen the past, how long has it been, 5 weeks now with Cooper Kush. He's been feeding the running backs, and they've been running pretty efficiently.
They're doing their job.
So now that's the question. You've seen how balanced the offense was with Cooper Kush in there. Would you try to bring that in when Dak Prescott comes back?
Maybe he'll understand he's got to ease his way back in.
Maybe that. I
mean,
know.
he's a better quarterback, don't you think?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So if they've got him, like, don't try to do it. It's your first week back. Let's ease our way in. Let's look how well the running back's been going. Like,
yeah.
if they're working on it this week, and I'm not a big Cowboys fan, but I think they're a better team than they showed against the
Philly.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Philly could have just been that much better. I don't.
Philly is good.
They're electric to watch. We'll get to them once we talk about their matchup, but yeah. So we'll see if I feel like that 7's got to be because they're thinking Dak Prescott's playing, right? Because I think if with Cooper Kush in there, that's got to be a closer spread.
Yeah, but if Dak's in, it's either they're gonna win by like 2 touchdowns, or they're gonna lose by 2 field goals. You know,
That would be a typical Detroit Lions game.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to take the safe pick. They're coming off the bye week. I'm going to go Lions plus 7. Just because I feel like seven's a big number for them. They, like I mentioned, other than the New England game, they've been pretty competitive with every team they've played. Even the Eagles, we've seen it week 1.
Yeah.
They were down by like what, almost 20. But they kept fighting back, and I think they only lost by like three points or so. 3 or 4 points. So
This one's tough.
they're pretty banged up too, though. We'll see if DeAndre Swift will come back healthy. He was a buzzsaw for them when he was healthy before he got hurt, obviously. But yeah, I'm going Lions. I feel pretty good about the Lions covering the spread there. You said Dallas, or you're leaning Dallas?
I'm gonna go Dallas.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see who gets the better of that matchup. Heading down, who they? Cincinnati Bengals coming off a big win in New Orleans. It looks like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are picking back up where they left off last year. They're 6-point favorites on Bet Rivers against the covering machines. 6-0 against the spread. Atlanta Falcons, they're plus 6.5 on FanDuel. And you know what? It's tough to go against that record, right? That's a big
And
stat.
I think, almost every time. So I'm going to go with it.
Yeah,
I have to.
I'm taking the Falcons to cover the spread there. Cincinnati hasn't looked at it. I mean, even against the banged-up New Orleans Saints, it looked like they were barely able to sneak out of that game. Even against the Ravens, they just haven't looked as good as they should be looking this season. So Atlanta, they're competitive. For being a 3-3 team, they're probably better than what their record indicates and what we think they are. So I got to take Atlanta. 6.5 is a big number, especially against a team that's undefeated against the spread this year.
Yeah.
So we all Atlanta here, right?
Is there?
Go Dirty Birds. Browns are heading over to Baltimore for an NFC or AFC North division rivalry game. Ravens are favored 6.5 points at WinBet, and the Cleveland Browns, you can get them plus 6.5 on FanDuel, which, shit. The way where the Ravens been losing the lead these past few weeks, I don't know, man. You think the Browns answer back against that shitstorm that was yesterday against the New England Patriots, right? You would think.
You would. They're still the Browns, though.
Still the Browns. But the Ravens are being the Ravens right now. They can't win games at home. And what have we said ever since we got sponsored by Betstamp? We got to start betting with our brains and not our heart, right? Because we all love Lamar Jackson.
Yes, we do.
Pay him his damn
He's
money.
a guy.
Pay him his money.
You have to.
But you're going to be paying my money when the Browns covered 6.5. I'm taking it.
I'm going to do the under.
Smart.
Because I don't think it's going to be as explosive as people think.
46.5.
What about the points?
The total points?
Yeah, total points is 46.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a high-scoring game, don't you?
No.
I don't think so either. I mean, just based off of how good Cleveland's defense could be, and a division matchup too. They've always been toe-to-toe in their matchups. I mean, I think Cleveland might have got the best of the Baltimore last year. Am I wrong? Or is that the year before?
It might have been the year before.
But two teams that know each other well, I don't know. I feel like it would be tight. And then defense, they're the strong suits here. I don't know. So I would feel comfortable taking the under 46.5.
Okay, I'm just playing. I had to put the mic back on. I just playing devil's advocate. I'm just trying to make sure
Hey, we got
it. People are listening. They're getting the big bets out here. We got to. I'm just making sure people are clear on what you're doing.
Best.
You guys know what you're doing.
Because even looking at these total points here, all of them kind of seem high so far.
That's what I kind of thought.
Even for the Colts and Titans, I mean, other than yesterday, Colts games have gone under every single time. And I feel like they've averaged about 42.5 for every total point line so far this year. So that's something to keep an eye on. Look at the total points for this week.
So, and then the thing that, like, let's say the Ravens are winning. Let's say they get that extra drive. They're going to go down and try to score. So,
right, they're very aggressive.
Sometimes when these games get blown out, then you get like that defensive touchdown, or you get that, let's just keep going. Because we're looking at point total, because they might make a difference on whatever. So, you never know.
It's one of them tough games because, like I mentioned, the Cleveland Browns are coming off that huge,
I'm looking at 38-15. I mean, that was a lot of points.
On their home
they
turf.
They poured it on.
And the Ravens haven't been able to win any home games as late, and they've been blowing these big leads.
Did they win the game after Buffalo, though? I think they won one home game.
Oh, yeah, they beat the Bengals.
They beat the Bengals.
But that came down to it, too. So, I don't
know. They're going to give up points. So that's the only reason, the Bears probably are going to get some goals, get some scores.
But I'm gonna take. I think it's gonna be close. Cleveland Browns 6.5 to cover a spread there, and then let's head over to Broncos country, where the ride might have been slowed down a little bit. Right, it's slowing down. Say what you gotta say, man.
Not with these Jets.
Hey, the Jets been
flying, soaring even.
Yeah. They've been a buzzsaw, to say the least. The Jets are underdogs. Get them plus 3.5 at FanDuel. Broncos are the favorite by 3 points on Caesar Sportsbook. But like we say before, just since our show's on Monday, we haven't seen what the results of these Monday games yet. So this number probably will change during the week, especially if the Broncos, if they lose again tonight. How many times we got to fucking see these guys at prime time, man?
Every week now.
I think they really thought the league really thought Russell Wilson would do something special with the Broncos, and
we all did. They all had us fooled.
I'm not saying I knew anything, but I just feel like, and Zach and my son Zach and I had this big conversation about. I said, I don't know. I think he's kind of like, he's getting to the end. He's like, no. Zach's yelling at me. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I got one right. So it just.
You're going to run it to the ground.
Yeah. I mean, I got to, remember that one day I was right? But now, can we start flexing some of these games out? Holy crap. There's some bad games now.
Yeah. Which I feel like you will see towards the end of the year.
I don't know when they can. I don't think they can start flex. And they don't flex Monday night games. Right, Monday night's Monday night. They don't change those. Yeah, they flex the Sundays, but they don't flex the Mondays.
Saturdays too, yeah.
They'll move some to Saturday, and those teams know that they might get flexed to a Saturday.
Yeah,
but not Mondays. I think Mondays are stuck.
Right,
Mondays and Thursdays I think are stuck.
I don't know. Thursdays now because of probably with their new deal,
right,
with Amazon.
Yeah,
but we won't see any flex changes. I think the normal time is sometime in December towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I think we got another. It might be closer to Thanksgiving area.
But anytime we see the Broncos on the road, we might have to switch them out, huh? We'll see. But I'm taking the hot hand here. I'm going to go Jets plus 3.5. But it could change depending on how tonight looks.
Yeah, Sam.
They got to figure it out at some point, right?
They don't.
They have to, man.
That's what you think, but so far.
It's a good fucking team. On paper.
On paper, yeah.
It's just not working. I don't know. A lot of it, I mean, Russ he's going through some personality.
Yeah,
type of things.
he doesn't seem to be that same, and there seems to be like just a little bit you see of him in the press conferences and stuff. He's just not like.
It's like a robot, acting
he's just,
type of thing. And the more that his former teammates are coming out and talking about how he previously was, how he is now, it's all coming out. I don't know.
Too bad.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm going with the Jets, man. Taking the hot hand.
Jets.
Jets. Easy. Hey. Just roll the hot hand, man.
Stick it with sauce.
Houston is coming off their bye week. They're 7-point underdogs and WinBet when they're taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 7-point favorites on DraftKings. Another shitstorm. Raiders aren't who we thought they were going to be.
No, not even close.
Texans have been covering machines as well.
I was about to say, I'm taking them. With that +7. It's only a touchdown. Only a touchdown.
We've seen flashes of how good the Raiders could be against the Chiefs this past Monday. I think they're gonna start getting this thing going. I'm gonna tell. I don't like it, but I'm gonna take the Raiders at 7.
Wow,
it's gotta happen
That's
at some
crazy.
point, man. Because it's just kind of.
I mean, it has to.
Josh
but
Jacobs is starting to roll now.
as he
He's
should,
starting to get it together. Devontae Adams looked real good against the Chiefs.
until he pushed that guy.
Just get out of his way. What's the deal?
Dude,
Guy just lost a big game, man.
you know what the media people do? They're like, "Hey,
Nah, but like
come on now."
that wasn't the guy's fault, but
No,
suing him, I don't. That might be pushing it, in my opinion. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that guy's like an independent dude.
It was freelance.
He's freelance, and I think he's going to make money where he can.
I was about to say he's definitely just getting the check.
But if you're in his position, would you do the same thing?
It'd be a question of like if I was hurt. If I was hurt, I don't know if the guy got hurt. And
He was hurt easily.
Yeah, if I broke my ankle or
I
can't work the rest of the year because I can't walk around there.
Now that
then I'm suing.
That makes
because
sense.
I lost. And those guys again, they're freelance. They're not. They gotta show up. They don't get paid just because. Well, you're a good dude. Like no, he's got to sell his stuff. So I'm with the cameraman on this one. So.
Shout out to us,
Got to
cameramen.
go off those billionaires in the football.
Shout out to us, cameramen. We got to get what we can.
Yeah.
We're starving. So I'm going Raiders, man.
Yeah, Raiders are still. I think Raiders have a lot more. They're not. What are they? 1-5 or something?
Some shit like that.
Like they're whatever they are. They're better than that.
A lot better. Yeah. They'll figure it out at some point, and I think this is the week to do so.
I don't think so.
You can think whatever you want, pal. Seahawks.
What I do?
Hey, Seahawks been looking pretty decent too. I mean, their defense kind of stinks, but Geno Smith got the offense rolling. They're 7-point underdogs on DraftKings against another team that's playing tonight, the Chargers, who have been going through their own little struggles there. They're 7-point favorites on FanDuel. Where's your head at here, Brennen?
I think this depends on the Chargers' defense.
It does. They're pretty banged up too. I don't think Joey Bosa's playing tonight. Joey. I don't know about J.C. Jackson. He's been kind of banged up.
Because
Keenan Allen ain't playing tonight either.
I want to go over so bad. But
okay. Oh, that's at 52, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tough.
Seattle's been balling out.
They have been. They're one of the top offenses, which is a real surprise.
And when the Chargers are on, they're on.
Mm-hmm. Lightning bolts.
That was bad. Anyways, if Keenan Allen's in, I'm hitting the over.
It's not a bad play. What have you done for me lately? Chargers haven't been as good as they should be as well.
Yeah.
What happened? What did they do last week? I can't remember.
My memory stinks, so you're asking the wrong guy.
What did they do? Who did they play last week? Yeah, who did they play last week? Fuck.
Broncos. No,
that's tonight, man. The week before.
Oh, the week before.
Oh, the Browns.
Okay.
They won
30
to 28.
Oh, yeah.
They snuck out of that shit, man. Fuck, yes.
You know what? I swear to God, I've been hearing about how great the Chargers are going to be this year for like 45 years. Like,
No, you're right.
They're going to be great, and then they never are. And it's like, no, this is year. And I'm like, no, they aren't. Like, they're not an awful team, but they're never what everybody thinks they're going to be.
No,
I think if I could do the research, I guarantee you, whatever they were predicted to be, they've hit that once.
I thought they would be number 1 seed this year. I really did.
Same.
It's the Chargers.
And I know that's their narrative. And, I mean, I've experienced it just being the Colts fan and seeing their rivalry play out. And it's like,
they're going to find. They always seem to find a way, and sometimes I think it's been bad luck too, injuries and running backs,
which is what they're dealing with right now.
Yeah,
I mean, Slater's out, who's probably their best offensive lineman, other than Corey Linsley, who's their center. He's been banged up this season too, so it's like.
But that's part of it. Like, teams have to have depth. I mean, that was the big thing. Worry about the Bills, and look at the depth that they've built.
You just gotta figure it out. Yeah. Nice man up.
Look at New England with this 4th-string quarterback or whatever they got, or whatever they're down
Bailey's to. Zipping and zapping zappy. Yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover the 7, even though their defense stinks. But their offense carries the load for them. And Kenneth Walker, shit, he's getting the ball rolling now, man. Looking like a guy.
Knew it had to happen.
You knew that?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
I watched the draft combine.
You just watch football. That's what we do.
That's it.
Sports students watch football.
I just do homework.
And then we will be watching another interesting game. Chiefs on the road, heading out west to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Chiefs are favorites at +3 on WinBet. You get the Niners +3 at Bet Rivers. What have you done for me lately? Niners are pretty banged up on defense, which contributes to the loss yesterday.
Yeah.
No one's seen that shit coming.
No one at all.
And if they're still banged up, I'm taking the Chiefs -3.
I'm going to take the Chiefs anyways.
Regardless. Yeah, I think so.
Just because they just lost to the Bills?
I think so, too.
In a close game?
And like you said, they don't lose back-to-back.
They don't. They
do
not.
So, yeah, I think we're all on the same page there. Although, once the Niners' defense is fully healthy, that's trouble, as we've seen. And let's end Sunday off to probably the game of the year.
What?
We got the Steelers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Game of the year.
Is Tua?
They're saying he's back. They're saying he will play.
Damn.
They're 7-point favorites on FanDuel. You get the Steelers underdogs +7 at DraftKings. I have no idea. I mean,
no one does.
If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, I would probably take the Dolphins at +50 or some shit.
Yeah. Eyes closed, full faith, Miami.
We don't know what.
This is a game I wouldn't bet just because there's just too much up in the air with both of these teams. I don't know what Steelers are going to show up. Right?
Yeah, well, it's like, so Kenny Pickett, who was going to be their savior, he's out. He got taken out with a concussion just yesterday, and then Mr. Trubisky comes back in, looks good, and wins them the game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So
Dolphins are home?
Yeah, Miami, yep.
Yes.
Is the backup? Because the Dolphins lost their backup after Tua, too. Didn't he get hurt or no?
Yeah, so Tua.
Are they both back?
Tua was out. Teddy Bridgewater got hurt.
Bridgewater.
And then Skylar Thompson, I believe his name is, rookie. He looked like shit last week.
Right.
Left the game early yesterday because of a thumb injury. What's going on with these guys' fingers, man?
This just jammed into the helmet.
This guy, too. What's the deal?
Yeah, like we got our guest in the house today. I don't know what'd you do? I forget.
Catching a game-winning touchdown.
Catching the game-winning touchdown. There you go.
Shout out you,
jumped on a plane.
There you go.
Wait, you jumped.
I'm surprised they let him fly on the plane. You would watch the.
So you jumped out the plane.
You jumped out the
and
plane.
Then you caught it.
Holy shit!
One of those leaners.
Damn.
Jammed against my finger.
All right.
Damn.
Everything for your team. That's what's important.
Oh, yeah.
I respect it. Uh,
I don't know. This is a tough one. I think
I'm going-
given like if I mean, is Tua ready? Like I guess he was ready when he had the concussion. It looked like
yeah.
until he got another one, but I don't know. If he plays, I think they win.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll take the safe pick though, for under 44.5.
yeah, it might not be a high. Yeah,
For Steelers game,
yeah.
that's high.
But I mean, I feel like, don't you feel like the Steelers still got something to prove too? Even if they lose, I
still
think
do.
they still feel like they've got something to prove. That they're
TJ
still, especially for their coach. I think
Yeah.
these guys are fighting hard for their coach because they don't want to see him. You know, they love Tomlin. They don't want to. You know, you never hear anybody ever say anything about Tomlin.
Never.
Maybe Canada, but everybody else they
They
like
rip
that guy.
apart Canada.
That guy should be looking over his shoulder. He should be checking the back seat before he gets in the car.
And I'm gonna do the opposite. Big risk, big
You're
reward.
going over?
There you go.
Taking the over.
Holy shit.
Good for you.
Sunday Night Football is going to be explosive. Steelers and the Dolphins.
Huge.
Speaking of another explosive game, let's head in next Monday where the Chicago Bears take on the New England Patriots.
Hell of a game.
Wow, look at this spread. Patriots are 7.5 favorites on WinBet. Bears are, you can get them +8 on BetMGM.
This
I'm
one
watching
scares
baseball.
me too.
There's gotta be a baseball game on there, right?
That says a
And
lot.
I don't like baseball. I think I'm watching baseball
Damn.
or the Voice or something.
I'm taking New England, plain and simple. Bailey Zappi zipping and zapping. We know how that goes. Even if you put Mac Jones in there, shit, like I mentioned, put Bill Belichick in there. He's gonna win in the damn ball game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree.
It's
kind of tough.
I might even take New England +10.5. Let's bump it up 3 points.
Oh my god.
Them guys are rolling, and Ramondre Stevenson is looking like a motherfucking guy.
Finally. That happened soon,
Looking
right?
like a guy. So, yeah, that's week 7 already. I can't fucking believe it. There's a few teams on the bye that I noticed just looking through the slate: the Bills and the Eagles.
Interesting.
So,
The two teams that
Two-
everyone says
2 heavy favorites.
going to the Super Bowl.
Early buys, huh?
Yeah.
They got a lot of season left. So, yeah, we'll see how these picks roll out. But week 6 ain't over yet. We got the Chargers and the Broncos tonight. I do have $2 in my FanDuel account right now.
Oh. $2.
Yeah, I saved $2 just for tonight.
There you go.
I'll share my other pick too, but we're gonna make a parlay live, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
So everybody chip in here. We got the Broncos and Chargers. I'll tell you what I have now for the bigger money parlay. I'm kind of back in Darius Butler's parlay. Shout out D-Butt.
Shout out D-Butt.
I took 3 legs from that. I like Cortland Sutton, 50 yards receiving, Mike Evans, 60 yards receiving, and Herbert to go 250 plus.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
So let's build the thing, huh?
Yeah.
So the point spread is actually lowered a point, 2 points the past 2 days. It started off at 5.5. It's down to 3.5.
Wow.
I don't want to pick a side. I really don't. I feel like it's going to be a battle. The total points is set at 45.5. So what do we think about that? I kind of want to put the under there.
Yeah.
Who do we like scoring touchdowns tonight? You want to throw Eckler in there?
I'm big on Mike Williams tonight.
I need Williams to have a big night for fantasy.
There we go. Hey.
Let's do it. Mike
Heavy-
Williams touchdown.
Heavy on Williams.
I'm not saying he's gonna do it. I need him. I need him.
Oh, he's going to
No,
do
he
it.
is.
I need him tonight because
No,
I'm
he is.
almost. I know you probably get the fantasy cycle, but I'm only at 2 points behind Nico. He's got Sutton and the kicker for Denver, and I got Williams. So it's coming down to tonight.
Okay.
Damn.
And
It's a big game.
Close
Freaking
one.
Nico's birthday too. Like so this is the second time
Oh.
I got to go up against the
Shit.
guy, and it's his birthday. Like I got Nico, and I had Larry
Yeah,
last
Larry,
week.
yeah.
Larry beat me on his birthday. Nico's gonna probably beat me. Happy effing birthday, Nico!
Fuck these guys'
Jeez.
birthdays.
Dude.
That's so selfish of them.
My birthday's in the spring. Who's gonna be? Nobody, I'm not gonna get no payback or whatever on my birthday.
Do baseball fantasy if you want.
That's way too long.
Wow,
That's way
it's
too
all right.
long.
I gotta watch some paint dry instead.
That's a good call. That's a good call. So Melvin Gordon is playing his former team, but
That's not gonna matter.
I guess he's got neck and rib issues, so I don't know.
It's
I don't know
not
how I feel
gonna
about
matter.
that.
Don't they have Latavius Murray?
Yes.
I'm big on him, but I don't know
about a
how he
touchdown.
contributes to this offense.
Let's pick one Broncos player to score a touchdown. Would you rather have Sutton or Jerry Jeudy?
I'm a Jerry Jeudy guy.
Or for Russ Wilson missing KJ Hamler in the end zone last week, do you think he makes it up to him?
No. No, not even close.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. I guess so. You want to do Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
Plus
let's do
250?
Jerry
Let's throw Jeudy in there. Okay, that's enough touchdown. Let's go passing yards. Russell Wilson, his shoulder something's a little banged up. He said at his pass yards is set at 233.5. Do we take the under?
Let me see.
You gotta crunch the numbers real quick for me.
Yeah. He averages 250.
So we do is, but he's banged up. I mean, that didn't really matter last week. I think he hit his over. Let's go over, Russ. Come on, let's ride. Or do we go? Or do we go safe and alternate at 225? I think so.
All right.
I think we do that. I don't want to jinx Justin Herbert's yardage for my other one. That's the type of gambler I am. If you got one thing on one slippy,
Keep it off the rest of them.
yeah. Rushing yards. They got Austin Eckler set at 59.5 and Melvin Gordon at 49.5. 49.5 is kind of low, but Gordon's kind of banged up. But so is Chargers defense. Why is gambling so hard, man?
It's super tough. This is why I didn't. This is why I didn't until we started the show. Cause
see, what I would do, I would go
difficult.
on. I would go on Betstamp and see where I get the best odds. But I got two free dollars on FanDuel, so I'm gonna use what FanDuel has set for me here. The Broncos' rush defense. You could look their stats up while I'm speaking here. They haven't been too impressive, I don't think. They gave up a lot of yardage to Deion Jackson and Phil Lindsay last week.
Let me see what I can do here.
And Austin Eckler seems like he's back. So I kind of want to take Eckler over to over 59.5 here. Anybody have him on their fantasy teams here?
Yeah, let me look. Who's got Eckler? I feel like somebody has him, but I wonder
Why
if
is there no
moved him off.
defensive thing on here?
You all right?
I was gonna look up their defensive stats, but
Are you on ESPN? Just go to just type in Google.
Oh, Zach's got Eckler. Zach squared. Yeah,
Go to Eckler. Let's see.
he's got Eckler. Let me look at there.
what are his
He's he's projected to do 27.5. Let's see. What do you
Let's
need?
put him over. Fuck it.
He's projected to have 60 yards
Yeah, well, let's do it.
and a 0.3 chance for a touchdown.
Receiving yards. I
Zach
don't.
needs him to take out Pareto for a big yak. He needs because he's
Hey,
up.
them big yak guys are falling off a little bit. Huh?
Well, and then Zach Squared helping you out this week, helping you
Shout
out, showing up there.
Shout out to Zach Squared. Good ball club.
I can't say none.
What are you gonna say?
Nothing.
Oh,
I physically
You're beating
can't.
up- Yeah, right. Well, you already won in fantasy. Sorry.
Yeah.
For yardage, let's do
Yeah. Which for yardage? What are your choices on yardage?
Well, Mike Evans is set at 67.5, but I don't want to ruin that for my other one.
Don't do it.
What do we feel about Jerry Jeudy? He's set at 50.5. Hey, that's Russ's big play guy.
It is.
Let's go over.
Over.
Austin Eckler catches passes out the backfield quite often. He's set at 37.5. How we feel about that?
37.5. I feel like he could do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so far we're sitting at plus 27,566 odds.
Jesus.
$2 will get us $551.31.
Pretty good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So for those of you keeping track at home, this game is literally about to start in about a half hour. We got the under 45.5 total points. Mike Williams scored a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy scored a touchdown. Russell Wilson, 225 plus passing yards. Austin Eckler over 59.5 rush yards. Jerry Jeudy over 50.5 receiving yards. And Austin Eckler over 37.5 receiving yards as well. Let's punch it in.
Go for
Punch
it.
it.
Punch it in.
Not my $2.
And not mine either. It's FanDuel's. We got it. So, best of luck to us there. Best of luck to you at home.
$2.
And then before we get out of here,
What?
as you can take a look at my hat here, the NBA is officially back tomorrow night.
Oh.
And my bold prediction, it's not going to happen, but Lakers going back to the finals. LeBron's going to get his fifth.
You think Ross off the bench is the answer? Because I think that's going to help.
Listen, I've been preaching for that last season. You can go back and check the tape. Shout out Flinch. I know he's been following along here. And
Flinch.
I don't want to break any news here, but Flinch's college knowledge might be back pretty soon.
Oh.
Pretty soon. He might be making an appearance pretty
For
soon.
a season?
Hey, we're working on it. We
Getting
know
into the basketball time.
He's,
He's because balling is life. That's
It
he used to
is.
say that when he
It
was
is
in high
for
school.
Flinch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ball is life. He used to say that.
ball's life, bro.
Yeah, he'd say that.
So that might be something to look forward to. Just tease a little bit, Tank Talk in the future. But, tomorrow night we got, to start us off, the 76ers taking on the Boston Celtics. We know Boston's going through some things, right?
What are they going through?
We don't have to get too fully into it, but
What are they going through?
Coach has been messing around with the vice president's wife. So. And they're saying he's been messing around with a lot more officials' wives. So more of that will come out soon. But that's what they're saying. There's a lot more to it. They're saying. So I don't know. That's a weird situation going on there. And they're actually the second favorites to win the finals. So
Yeah.
it's kind of surprising. I like
them in that game.
Boston is 2.5-point favorites for you gamblers out there. I like the Sixers.
Philly's a hot town right now.
Philly is a hot town. Listen,
you gotta win in Philly. I think even the MLS team's doing all right. I think everybody's doing good.
you got to take the hot hand.
Damn.
Even take you might even want to look at the Sixers money line.
Damn. Because you guys aren't wrong. All right. You peer pressured me. I'm going with Sixers.
Okay. The Lakers are heading down to Golden State to take on the defending champions. Last season, the Lakers opened up against the Warriors as well, and let's just say it didn't go the Lakers' way.
It did not.
Not even close.
Nope.
The Warriors are 6-point favorites, man.
6 points.
I don't know if I'm going to pick. Obviously, I want the Lakers to win. I don't feel safe picking them at 6 points, but you might want to look for player props here. You know what? Let's start off the gates hot. Let's go LeBron James triple-double right out the gate. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get the season started off on the right foot, man.
Well, if it doesn't go well, you got nowhere to go but up.
Seriously.
Hear me out.
So if you want to see where you could get that.
It's a long season.
Hey, Brennen,
Hear me out.
We're hearing.
LeBron's going to the basket for that last bucket to get the triple-double.
Okay.
But it's on Draymond Green. What's he
going
going to do?
He's going to fuck him up.
Right in his eye.
Triple-double. They don't have the odds on there yet.
Right in his eye. Just one good punch.
Draymond's going to punch LeBron?
Yeah.
If he does that, I mean, that would be awesome.
It would.
I can't even lie to you.
Yeah.
That's his guy, man. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, like
He said anybody gets smoke.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
Yeah.
is he even going to play, you think?
Yeah. Because they're getting the ring.
He might just get the ring and they might say, all right, have a good night. pal."
No, because he's not suspended.
Which is nuts.
So he's got to play because
Which
they're
is
getting the ring.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basketball. We're looking forward to that. Football is still full in swing. So the MLB playoffs, we'll be keeping an eye on that. The Yankees and the Guardians got delayed today.
The Sabres are looking good.
They're looking okay.
Can't wait
I
to
mean,
get this
They
back.
didn't look that bad. I mean, I watched the game they lost against the Panthers, and Panthers are a better team. But they look they have a lot of fight in them. And I don't know. I feel like there's going to be I don't know. I think that's they're going to have a better season. The problem is for them.
I hope.
The problem is that there's so many teams that have to have a drop off for them to break into that.
Yeah.
In the East, and it's just hard. It's just, and it's not that I don't think that, Ottawa is almost the same thing. Ottawa and Sabres have both put a lot of work in, but I just don't know if the other teams are dropping off enough yet that they're going to be able to overtake those teams week in and week out, day in and day out to get to that point. But they're definitely a better team.
I just don't want to say it because we've been saying it for so many years.
So many years.
But there's a big upside.
Hey, you know what? They always start off pretty good, but
That too.
hey, we know how the story goes, man.
Yeah.
Same old story. I think the Penguins will win it all.
The Penguins, huh?
Just throwing it out there. I don't know.
I don't even have a guess.
I'm just going to stay with Carolina.
The Hurricanes.
Okay.
The Canes.
Yep.
For all you Caniacs
They
out
know
there,
how
brother.
they know how to play. They know how to play in the playoffs.
They do.
They just know how to do it.
Let's see here.
Maybe the Avalanche will come back and win it again. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, we're not a hockey show, but we like to talk about it sometimes. I mean, we're a sports show. We got to respect it and acknowledge it. That's all.
It's a good sport. It's a fun sport to watch. Not if some other stuff's on, but if it's, I watch a lot of
Other
hockey.
stuff is on. I'd rather
I'm going
see
to some games. I'm going to a bunch of Sabres games this year.
I'd rather see it in person for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The hockey. I mean, there's nothing wrong watching it. What's nice going to a Buffalo game is it's easy to get out of there. You know what I mean? It's not I like that they do a lot of 7:00 games.
Yeah,
You're getting back, and it's not too early, not too late.
For sure.
I have no clue, but for my Tampa boys, I'm gonna go with the Lightning.
Shout out to the Tampa boys, man. If you're tuning in,
Hell yeah!
you guys stink at fantasy football. Well, that's a story for a different day.
I only picked it because Tino loves the Lightning.
Absolutely loves them.
Sarcastically.
Absolutely loves them. Will go to every game if he could.
Yeah.
He's got multiple jerseys at home. He's always got the flag.
Got him hanging up.
Go Bolts,
Hey, all in, right?
He fucking can't stand him.
Oh no! So this is sarcasm. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He
Why does he hate
said,
them so
"Bolt
much?
up."
Why does he hate them so? Because just hates them. Is
Yeah,
there like some backstory here? Why
they're too good for him. He's so used to the Sabres being shitty.
So it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be. But
Yeah.
with that being said, the show stinks too. But we make do.
Try our best.
We win money.
There you go.
We've been doing pretty good. I don't want to jinx ourselves. But keep an eye on our socials for our pick of the week. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at TankTalk_pod. What else? Follow us on Betstamp. Keep track of our bets at TankTalk_pod on there as well.
Yeah. Just keep up.
Who are we going to pick for a touchdown this week? Any early Not official.
Ooh.
But just think where our head's at so far. I kind of like Robinson scoring a touchdown for the Commanders. That's where yeah. Or maybe even Damian Pierce, or keep an eye out for Breece Hall again. Who knows?
Breece Hall has been
on shit.
Hell of a guy.
But we'll see. Maybe we'll get ballsy, huh? We might take someone to score 2 touchdowns.
2?
Or maybe 3 or 4. Who knows?
5? What?
Maybe. The only way you'll find out is if you follow us on Betstamp and keep track of who we pick. Because, hey, we're in the green so far, 2-0. Yeah, and, hey, I don't want to break any news yet, but Tank Productions might be up to something.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Keep track on that page as well. We got a lot of things going on.
It's huge.
So, with that being said, keep track of our parlay we just made tonight. The Broncos and Chargers could be a snooze fest. Who the hell knows? We'll see you next Monday, and hopefully we'll get Buffalo Dill back in here. He's got breaking news as well, so We'll see you.
Woo!